why wouldn't the US and Israel and possibly our allies in the Middle East just assault them, make them use up their stupid missiles? They have a limited supply. Aren't they probably running at least very low? And I mean, if you completely decimate it, if they make them just blow it all, they won't have time to rearm, right? I mean, to me, that seems like the best thing to do. Just assault them from all sides. They use up all their stuff, and then that's it. If they've, and now it would be that's it if they've actually armed the Iranian people and that they actually have a plan. So maybe that is the plan, and maybe it's coming, and I hope so. But you say that 3 or 4 months. I don't think anyone wants to see 3 or 4 months because every single day they kill people. And I know they're being weakened. I know that. And but every single day. And it seems like they're trying to just do away with everyone. And it's disgusting and terrifying. So that's I'm interested in what Jeffrey has to say, what you, Armin, have to say about that.
So that would be the preferred strategy that we want, but for that to work, it needs to be all in fast, right? So there's like the 5 by 5 that Amujef says. So but if you half-ass it, it's not going to be, it's not going to work if you half-ass it, right? Because right now the Islamic Republic is making missiles faster than missile interceptors are being built. So the way to stop the Islamic Republic is to kill everybody that has any decision making ability before they even get the chance to shoot these missiles, right? Just go all in and just do wipe everything clean in a very short amount of time. Anything short of that will not work, right? But I let Amu Jeff respond to this because he's obviously the expert. Amu Jeff?
Man, you gave me a chubby saying that shit. No, 100%. 100%. So there's something called the cost and production exchange ratio. You're not wrong, Neil. We definitely should finish the job. There's reason like General Keane and all the others are saying just finish the job. I'd go even more aggressive than even the commander of CENTCOM. It's not just that they're producing it indigenously, they're getting backfilled by the Chi-Coms and Putin. That's why what Armin said is right on the money. There's a reason that we adopted preventative warfare after the terrorist attack of September 11th. What September 11th did, it didn't change the world. It demonstrated in a very brutal and evil way that the world had already changed. Right? You cannot wait for your enemies to get the ability to hit you to then respond after they hit you, particularly with things like the increase of lethality of weapons and proliferation of it and all the rest of it. Additionally, with regards to the regime, it also showed that a tech-centric approach towards counterproliferation is self-defeating now because of revolutionary disruptive technologies that'll make it easier to get WMDs and all kinds of horrible shit. I don't want to belabor the point. I've said it so many times on the show. That's why Armin's right on the money. And I'm glad you picked up on it, Armin. Proud of you. Because if you kill the hand, it's almost like that scene from Starship Troopers. Put your hand on that wall. And he's like, if you disable the asshole's hand, there's nobody to push a button. Actually, that's something that General Keane had said on Fox News a couple of weeks ago. 100%. You eliminate the regime. I'm not targeting power plants. I'm not trying to hurt Iranian people. You target all the regime remnants. Every one of them is getting X'd out. All the IRGC gets X'd out. All besieged down to the Pi Day fucking HQ gets obliterated. Every tank, APC, artillery, helicopter, obliterated. IRGC Navy, completely obliterated. All 8,000 targets, done. Then you don't have anybody to do coordinated. Well, we did the fucking mosaic defense thing, but that doesn't really exactly work. We don't have communications. Oh, shit, they're all dead. There is no fucking mosaic defense. They're all cooked. I would also add the Houthis and the rest of those other Hezbollah shitbags to that. We'll just put a couple more high wave, high intensity airstrikes onto there. Take care of them right along with them. 2 weeks, all cooked, all quiet. All you have left after that is the assholes that they armed with machine guns, which is exactly why you have to arm the Iranian people. That said, we also talked about, and I've actually, again, did the fucking presentation, like the lecture series, on how to do that. There's time with that. Either way, this has to be done, and it has to go all in. None of this half-ass shit. Clean sweep, goodbye. Then the Middle East becomes very quiet very quickly. I don't want to hurt Iranian people. You know, I was one of those guys, a maximalist approach, independent, prior to 2009, because I thought the Mullah regime had killed all those people that existed prior to them, that existed during the time of the Shah. We thought we were all but dead. Those kids showed us they aren't dead, that the mullahs don't speak for all of them. Right? Green Revolution, Netta Aga Sultan, Misha, all of them. Those two brave people, those motherfuckers hung. Let's not forget these assholes took 5 shots at the Donald. These fuckers gotta go.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also, I've said this before, is that in 1989, when the Khomeini died, and I was thinking that, you know, this was it. You know, maybe they'll take the country back, and you know and then I saw them grabbing at his body, and it was just so they love him. They really actually love these people. Okay, so it's just over then. Then, you know, all these people in the United States, all these kids that you know came over with their families after 1979, they're never going home because their country is just this way now. And they're very, very heartbreaking. I agree completely. Yeah, next is you, Armin.
Oh, I just wanted to read. Gandalf from Inside Iran had some points that I wanted to read out. Gandalf is saying, guys, remember voices in power structure of the regime don't get out by accident or cause regime is becoming tolerant or moderate. It's because their voice is getting out. If their voice is getting out, it's because they're needed by the regime. So this is very important point. If you see Khatami, for example, speaking out like right now, is because the regime wants, especially Americans, to hear a different voice coming out of the regime. So Gandalf is pointing that out. And then Gandalf also is also pointing out that regime thinks that protest wants an easy way to stop threats of this regime, and Venezuela model was an easy, very low cost win for Trump. They want to portray that they can be the next, exactly, they'll see Rodriguez. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. And then also Gandalf was saying, arm us, we will finish the job. So Gandalf from Inside Iran is saying, arm us, we will finish the job. And also Stephen was I don't know, yeah, saying this is where I don't is another comment in the chat was saying this is where I don't trust the administration, including Trump. I am very concerned they will fall for hope in the reforms in the IRGC that the West does overall with Islam. So is it Stephen or Stefan? Stefan. I'm going to say Stefan. Stefan is worried that the Trump administration is going to fall for this. So yes. Let me know if I pronounce your name right. So I just wanted to put you guys out there, put these comments out there for you guys if you wanted to respond to them as well. And thank you guys. All right. I'm done. Next.
Next, Abdul.
Is it me next?
Abton.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Did you see my name in the chat?
Is my audio coming through?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm also sitting in front of a fan, so is it clear?
Yes, it's clear. Yes.
So the thing I was about to bring up is that I mean, I always like talked about it in the YouTube chat, and like you know, I'm gonna try to express it here to the best I can. But what I think of this whole economic D-Day kind of thing is well, first of all, I'm not saying it should be gone. Like it should obviously stay, but my main concern is that by itself in the long term it's too crude. Um After some time, maybe like at most a few weeks from now on, it needs to be supplemented with more or less military action, best of all, supporting the Iranian people, the Iranian masses, arming them, making sure they don't starve to death, because that's what the Islamic regime would love to have. Like, we all have seen Hamas's playbook against the Gazan people, so the Islamic Republic is going to be like multiple times worse than this. So like they're going to make sure that the Iranian masses do suffer from hunger, starvation, disease. They're also going to like keep on suppressing them to the best of their ability. They're going to continue, seizing their assets, stealing from them, selling them stuff at overinflated prices. I've heard like people are inside of Iran are literally even getting ripped off of their internet service. Like their data plans are being like ripped off. Like so like they buy a say 20 gigabyte plan, but like in reality, like the regime rigs it so that it's only 7 gigabytes, stuff like this. I've heard people inside of Iran actually figure these kinds of stuff out. So like this whole economic D-Day thing, especially in the long term, is going to hurt the Iranian people much more than it hurts the regime and their supporters. So and at the end, like if the regime manages to successfully make enough Iranian people suffer and like starve and die and all, they can also make lots of global propaganda about it. They're gonna start, like, mark my words, they're gonna start making claims that the US is doing a genocide inside of Iran and stuff like that. And just enough people are gonna buy into this bullshit. I'm pretty sure enough people will buy into it. And so I also like watch Iranian, Persian YouTube live streams and stuff. I read the chats. I see what the Iranian people have to say. They are suffering, and the regime is actually suffocating the Iranian masses the most. And I'm afraid this kind of stuff I'm scared of the most is going to happen soon. So the only way against it is if this whole economic D-Day thing should be, as soon as possible, supplemented, not stopped, supplemented with supporting the Iranian people, arming them, making sure that they don't stop. And before you say like, oh, like the oil money, if they sell any oil, like US gives them like American wheat, rice, corn, this and that. We all know the regime is gonna like control all of it, divide it between their own people the most, and maybe at most like sell the worst bits at heavily inflated prices. Like we already seen the same playbook done by Hamas. So yeah. And even then, like Gazan people at least have like international humanitarian aid coming in. In Iran, so far you don't have such a thing. So it's gonna make it even worse for the Iranian people. If I hope to be wrong, like if I'm wrong, just
Yeah,
prove me wrong.
so Captain,
I've been losing
made that.
sleep over this.
Okay, so yeah, we get it. Yeah, you made that. Yeah, okay, yes, and I think we should keep advocating for arming the Iranian people. so that they could fight back. So that this is important, but it's not enough. We agree. Yeah, 100%.
Next is Kathy.
So Armin, this is more towards a response that you gave Sherry. I find it quite frustrating throughout the entire time when we were in peace, but also protecting the Gulf countries, that they didn't take the time to build up a military. Instead, they decided to put all their investments in making an artificial paradise, instead of allocating some money to create a military. Now we're stuck in a situation that we're fighting against the Islamic Republic at the same time trying to defend these Gulf countries that don't have a military, and it's just created additional work and pain points for us.
Yeah. I mean, if you, yeah, I mean, there's so many other things that I could add to that, but yes, I'm not going to start, because if I start, then you're going to be listening to me for hours. But agreed.
Next is Jeffrey.
Hey, also, hey, Payman. Good to see you, brother. With regards to arming the Iranian people, that's very much things that are in the works. It's also a reason why recognizing His Highness Prince Reza Pahlavi as the head of the transitionary government allows and streamlines a lot of the legal gates that have to be observed in doing that. And there's vetting and training and all the rest of it. It's also a reason why Ukrainian Defense Force is becoming more aligned with Iranian and anti-mullah Iranian resistance is important. That's something I'll be having a discussion with certain members of Ukraine's diaspora tomorrow. It is true that the regime will fall because the very same operational, global socioeconomic and technological trends and their subsequent operational impacts that enable bad guys also enable good guys. The reason I keep pushing for 5x5 is to deal with three things. One, within the broader geopolitical and geostrategic environment, the time compression that exists, right? Threats in the intermarium, threats in Taiwan. The other one is, there's other soft and Latin power elements there. It'd be too long to go through. And finally is to minimize the harm to Iranian people. Ultimately, they will fall. Like, that is almost inevitable at this point. I only add the caveat there because I'm not God. Right? So, yeah, could be done. $9 billion. You could train up easily all the people that would need to be trained to do open source intelligence assessments, link analysis, targeting, all of it, to train 20,000 highly trained operatives. Takes 87 weeks. That said, after they're done, they are released inside Iran. They will go through that country like sharks amongst prey. And within 3 to 6 months, every element of the regime remnant will be killed. There'd be nothing they could do. I mean, sans, they'll be the most lethal people on the planet, sans Skynet or Delta Force, right? In that order. So yeah, those are things being actively pursued. Yeah, that's why I went to the AI conference too, by the way. Right? Just like the fucking geopolitical environment, you see, great forces are on the move in the world. And you see where things are shaking out. The regime remnants are aligned with Putin's criminalized counterintelligence state, Chi-Coms, North Koreans. Well, those kinds of alignments also occur amongst good guys.
My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.